everyone, and welcome to your very first critical reasoning session. Now, yesterday I had feedback from a few students, and they said that they have to go back to the passage to check the answer and all, and they are unable to do that. So the simple solution to this is that you take a screenshot, and if required you can go back to the passage, because in this Menti meter I cannot go one slide back. I have to move ahead only. So that will be a good way for you to go back and check. And as per your discussion we had, I have cut down the time on reading as well as solving the questions. Now if all of us are ready, please give me a thumbs up, so we'll begin the session. Good evening, Adarsh. Good evening, Riddhi. Vishnu Priya. Vagisha. Parul. It's long time we met face to face. I miss all of you. Kaushiki. Prachiti. Good evening. Good evening, Ankul. Now all of you have logged in. You have to go to menti.com and type in your name and enter the code that is given, that is 3953732. Good evening, Manvi. Now, whenever you are ready, please give me a thumbs up so that we can begin the session. Good evening, Shreya. Do I get a thumbs up? Everyone ready? Chalo. I'm beginning the session. So we have this passage and you have just 3 minutes to read it. Please start. Good evening, Vivek. Very good, Prachiti. Very good, Adarsh. Very good, Parul. Very good, Manvi. And time is up. I have kept a timer on. Chalo, we are looking at questions now. We'll go with first one. Answer quickly. Have you read the options? As per the author, which of the following is a rationale to choose? The road which leads to reduction of the intensity of a conflict, the road which leads to a war between India and Pakistan, and the road which leads to re-escalation of the intensity of a conflict, and D, both A and C. Going to the question now. Wow, 50% are wrong and 50% are right. That's surprising. Well, if I look at this particular passage, let me see if I put the passage again. Yes, ye rakha hua hai, you see the passage in front of you. So if we look at this particular thing, फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ की नीचे से थर्ड सेंटेंस फोर्थ सेंटेंस पढ़ते हो तो मिलता है ऑन वन साइड लाइज द अनसर्टन एंड hazardous road to a destination neither side would like to reach, right? And on the other, the possibility of a de-escalation. It is essential that both India and Pakistan choose that option. इसका मतलब है जितनी भी आपकी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है उसको कम करिए. और अगर आपने फोर्थ पिक किया, यू डिड नॉट फोकस ऑन द वर्ड दैट इट यूज द वर्ड री-एस्केलेशन. री-एस्केलेशन का मतलब होगा उसको फिर से एस्केलेट करो, इंटेंसिटी वापस बढ़ाओ. एवरीवन क्लियर? इफ इट इज क्लियर, गिव मी अ थम्स अप. Furthermore, last paragraph, second line, but it is foolish to think that the problem of terrorism can be defeated by military means alone. Very good. Going on to the next question now. Read the question. As per the passage, which of the following can help to solve, at least to some extent, the problem of terrorism? So I have 1, 2, 3 solutions दिए गए हैं, and then I have the option only 3, only 2 and 3, only 1 and 3, all 1, 2 and 3. Please go through it. Going to your other slide. So here are your options. Pick the correct one. Very good. Majority of you have got it correct. Answer is C. If I look at A तो definitely है ही and 3 भी हो रहा है. Second says an effective measure to stop terrorists is to drop bombs on them. I'm sure सबको लगता है कि this would be a good one, but according to the passage हुई है तो author is actually saying military action is not a good option. Hence it will be the first one, that is says kinetic actions may provide tactical benefits in the battle against terrorism as stated in the last paragraph, first line, taking you there. Kinetic operations may yield benefits at the tactical level in the fight against terrorism, but it is foolish to think the problem of terrorism can be defeated by military means alone. So that means they are looking for negotiation as well. I hope everyone got that. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. I'll move to the next one. Adarsh, did you understand why it is not simply only 3? There has been mention of 2 of them. Chalo, going on to the question number 3. Read it quickly. You have roughly 30 seconds. Which one of the following, if true, most undermines the argument given by the author? In order to answer this question, you'll need to understand what is the argument of the author. Good, Adarsh. Going on to your very good. Again, majority of you have got it correct. Very good. Now, what has happened is, if I look at the passage, it is saying that India and Pakistan should not go for military action. It should in fact focus on de-escalation, right? अगर de-escalation कर रहे हो तो आप बोल रहे हो कि military strength को या military को उस picture में ना लाए. So what is left is basically your negotiation वाला part, right? So हम अगर options देखते हैं, if I look at the options were basically, teen B, C and D were on negotiation. Now they are going to support the author's argument and not undermine. Undermine का मतलब होता है weaken करना. While the option A talked about US control the problem of terrorism only by way of war. इसका मतलब है war is what author is saying not to do, and hence this option is going to weaken author's argument. Done. Shall we go to the next one? Question number 4. Read it quickly. This has to do with the structure of the passage. The author uses which of the following methods to strengthen their argument? Going on to your options to press. Let's go ahead. Now again 50-50% आया है, 50% have got it incorrect and 50% have got it correct. Very good. Answer is going to be C, right? Now what the author is doing in this particular thing is एक real life situation दिया हुआ है ना. They took an example of India's non-military military action and they talked about Pakistan's retaliatory non-retaliation. So basically they have talked, the author has taken a real life example. He has the facts on it. And then he is, using those facts to strengthen his argument कि क्यों military action is not going to yield the results you want. If this is clear, please give me a thumbs up. Chalo, very good. Going on to the 5th question of the passage. Read the question, which is saying that which of the following can be inferred from the passage above. You have 4 options. Read them carefully. Remember the option that you are going to click, and then I'll move to the next slide. Going to the options so that you can click your answer. Oh my God. So basically majority of you have got it incorrect and only a few have got it correct. Answer is actually A. Now why is it A? If I look at the passage, if you look at say B, the pilot was released and handed back to the Indian state. Now basically saying that an Indian pilot is in Pakistani custody and is likely to be released. Likely to be released. तो ये रिलीज नहीं हुआ है, तो ये आपका ऑप्शन भी तो यही इनकरेक्ट हो गया. See, says it is unwise to think the problem of terrorism cannot be defeated by military means alone. इसका मतलब ये हुआ ऑथर सपोर्ट कर रहा है कि सिर्फ मिलिट्री के यूज से ही टेररिज्म फाइट कर सकते. दैट मीन्स यू कैन यूज मिलिट्री टू फाइट टेररिज्म, देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन. तो ये भी पैसेज के हिसाब से गलत हो गया. ऑथर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, ऑथर के आर्ग्यूमेंट के हिसाब से ये अपोजिट जा रहा है. Now, India's political and military leadership always had ambiguous and finite aims. Now, the passage is saying clear and finite aims, while the option is saying ambiguous and finite. तो ये भी गलत हो गया. What's left is your option A, right? So now let's check who's leading the leaderboard here. Very good. Janvi is leading the leaderboard so far. She has answered the most correct. She has given the most correct answers. She has given the fastest answers. And your second is Tushar. Third pe is Riddhi. And following very closely is AS. Fine. Shall we move on to the next one? If you're ready for the next passage, gives me a thumbs up. Kratika, if you look at the passage, it is saying had clear and finite aims. And if you look at the question, it is talking about ambiguous, had ambiguous and finite. यहाँ पे unambiguous नहीं लिखा, ambiguous लिखा हुआ है. Chalo, read the passage quickly. And please like the sessions and share them with whoever needs this kind of reasoning and help. You basically have 2.5 minutes for this. Yes, Kratika, in the passage it is unambiguous. Very good, Atharv. Guess you finished it in within 1 minute. Very good, Adarsh. Very good, Shreya. Very good, Mai. And that's the timer. We are looking at the questions. Please read the questions and options quickly. You have roughly 10 seconds to do it. Fix your answer choice in your head. When we go to the option 1, you can click on your option. Going to your option slide. Whoa. Again 10, 22. So again roughly 50% got it right, 50% got it incorrect. So actually answer is C. Fine. Now kept the passage so that अपने पास reference रहेगा. So the question was asked us which of the following logically flows from the passage, right? So the first option was it would be naive to expect a comprehensive result from just one round of talks. यहाँ पे हो रहा है, right? First sentence, the Geneva talks between the United States and Russia were not surprisingly inconclusive. Basically, not surprisingly would mean it was not a surprise. And if I look at the option B, which says were not unpredictably. Were not unpredictably. That means it is talking about predictably. Kratika, we have the Mentimeter, वहाँ पे स्कोर करना इजी रहेगा, लीडर बोर्ड आइडेंटिफाई करना इजी रहेगा, राइट? तो C1 is correct. C1 is correct, right? And A is also correct, which goes on to say that it's like एक बार में बहुत सब मान जाएंगे, especially Russia. And that was not possible. So both A and B are correct. Hence answer is going to be C. Going on to the next one. Read quickly, choose the option, and when we go to the next slide, click on the option. Going on to your very good, Kratika. Very good. Majority of you got it correct. Very good. And I wish and I hope that one day all of you get many questions, right? We had solved 10 questions, so 12 में से सारे के सारे students के 8 questions correct हो, 9 questions correct हो. I hope I get to see that day soon. Very good. Answer is going to be D. Does anyone have any doubts here? Second line में आ गया Cold War rivals. It's obvious that US is talking about a war kind of situation. A war is in nobody's interest, so that the obvious है कि there is tension between them, and Russia does not want NATO's further expansion into Europe, Eastern Europe. That is also mentioned. Chalo, going to question number 8 now. Read quickly. Going to the screen where you get to click your answers. Whoa, hardly anybody got it correct. See, the question is saying which of the following options can follow the last sentence of the passage. तो बेसिकली यहाँ पे दो चीजें काम करेंगी कि सेंट्रल आइडिया क्या कह रहा है, what is the conclusion of this particular passage. So basically if we look at what the passage is saying is simple, that both US and Russia, they are at loggerheads. वो लोग उनके बीच में टेंशन है और वो टेंशन कम करना चाहिए टॉक करके. Why? Because a war is in nobody's interest. That's the conclusion or the concluding line of this passage. A war is in nobody's interest. So if I look at the options that were there, it basically said that it depends on whether both sides are able to get out of their Cold War mentality and build mutual confidence in bilateral relations. Now, a war is in nobody's interest, अगर ये बहुत definitively कहा गया है तो आप A option देखते हो, it depends on वाला सवाल नहीं आएगा. The author is very definitely and very stressfully saying that war is in nobody's interest, so don't do war. So what do you need to do? You just need to sit down and talk it out and not go to the extent of taking kinetic actions, military actions. So A hoga nahi. B is the answer. C is saying that it would be naive to believe that one round will give an exhaustive result. Now, if you are saying that a war is in nobody's interest, then how come it comes? See that it would be naive to believe that one. ये तो बिल्कुल भी irrelevant हो गया है. So what is left is your B, which says that Russia and West should keep that in mind. Keep what in mind? That a war is in nobody's interest. Keep that in mind when they sit down for the next round of talks. So hopefully once they keep that in mind and sit down for the next round of talks, then they'll come to some kind of a mutual agreement. If it is clear, everyone, please give me a thumbs up. If you still have doubts, please type out your doubts in one complete sentence. Chalo, very good. Ninth one. Please read quickly. Going to the slide where you click your option. Very good. I'm happy. Majority of you got it correct. Answer is going to be A. The question is asking us that based on author's argument in the passage above, what would be the best way to overcome the deadlock? That's actually basically, continuing the negotiation and reaching a consensus. अब बाय कंटिन्यूइंग डिस्कसिंग नेटोज एक्सपेंशन को करके क्या होगा, दोनों का कुछ फायदा होगा, तभी तो वो नेगोशिएशन विल बी सक्सेसफुल एंड वॉर कैन बी अवॉइडेड. So answer is A. Going to the 10th question now. Going to the slide where you click your answers. Again, majority of you got it incorrect. Answer is actually A. If I look at B, it would be naive to believe that one round will give an exhaustive result. Author is going to agree to this because he has said that. Right? Were not surprisingly inconclusive. मतलब वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कि नहीं होगा कुछ, तो एक करेक्ट बी आपका अग्री करेगा. ऑथर क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है, वी हैव टू लुक फॉर एन ऑप्शन विच द ऑथर इज गोइंग टू डिसअग्री विथ. सो बी से तो अग्री करेगा. सी सेज द डिमांड टू रिड्यूस द अलायंसेस मिलिट्री प्रेजेंस टू दैट ऑफ द 1990s वर एक्सेप्टेड. Where did the 1990 goes? And roll back the alliance's military presence to the 1990 levels. Now this is what Kremlin or Russia has demanded. अब अगर अपन ऑप्शन देखते हैं, has been accepted बोल रहा है, तो ये भी गलत हो गया, right? And it is difficult to gauge what Mr. Putin would do if discussions fail. Again, that has been mentioned. So what is left is your answer, that is A. The hasty talks between two nations and the matter of discussion are positive beginning. It is saying a welcome step, but it's not saying that it is a positive beginning as such. Chalo, that was it. Let's look at the leaderboard. Very good. Vanshika J. Sharma, you are the topper here. You solved the most correct and you got, a very good score and congratulations. Now, everyone, I cut down on the time limit of reading passage as well as, solving questions. So, was it in fact a competitive enough time for you to do that, or should I cut the time back more? Please respond quickly. Riddhi Shri will discuss this. We need to discuss this. इतने गलत होने नहीं चाहिए आपको. I'm waiting for your response. And another thing, do respond to whether the explanations given were satisfactory. Do you need me to slow down my speech? Do I need to, do anything else that makes this session more relatable to you? Please let me know. Okay. Statement reading matlab options, questions and options. Okay. I'll cut more time, not an issue, a good idea that should really put you on your edge. Singer Nirupan. Okay. New MENTI and all that thing. MENTI is MENTI. There's no new and old as far as I know. You can always get in touch with admin at Vidhigya in case you have any problems. Okay, fine. I'm getting everyone to say that I need to cut time. So from the next session, we'll be cutting down time further. Chalo, I wish you all a very good evening, everyone. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.